Be me. Eli, 29, electrical engineer. I deal with circuits, logic, ground wires. My wife, Amber, 27, is a sociology PhD candidate. She deals with social constructs and power dynamics. She spends her days arguing on Twitter about the patriarchy. I support her passion, I pay the bills, I listen to her lectures. But lately the lectures have followed us home, specifically into the bedroom. It starts on a Tuesday. I come home. Amber is sitting at the kitchen table with a stack of papers. She looks serious, like she's about to defend her dissertation. Eli, she says, we need to deconstruct our marital dynamics. Okay, I say, putting down my keys. Can we deconstruct them over tacos? I'm starving. This isn't a joke, Eli. I've been reading about affirmative enthusiastic consent models in long-term partnerships. She slides a document across the table. It's thick. It has citations. Title, The Cohabitation and Intimacy Agreement. What is this? I ask. It's a contract, she says, to ensure equity. I feel that our current dynamic is relying too much on implied consent, which is a tool of the oppressor. Translation. She thinks I kiss her without filling out a form first. Amber, we've been married 3 years. Exactly, she says. That's when complacency sets in. I want to formalize our interactions to ensure I am empowered. She opens the binder. Article 1. Physical affection. Any touch lasting longer than 3 seconds requires verbal confirmation. Article 2. The bedroom. Intimacy must be scheduled 24 hours in advance via written request, subject to veto. Article 3. Emotional labor. You must validate my feelings minimum 3 times daily. I stare at her. You want me to submit a written request to sleep with my wife? I want you to respect my autonomy, she snaps. If you love me, you'll sign it. Unless you're afraid of a little equality? She looks at me with that challenge in her eyes. She thinks I'm a brute. She thinks I'll get mad and flip the table. The engineer part of my brain wakes up. She wants a contract, strict, defined parameters. Circuits work because they follow rules. Image of a basic electrical circuit diagram. Shutterstock. Explore. If you break the circuit, the power goes out. Okay, I say. She blinks. Okay? I'll sign it on one condition. What? We follow it to the letter. No deviations, no vibes, just the text. That's the point, she says, handing me a pen. I want structure. I sign the paper. Great, I say. Contract active. She smiles. She thinks she just won a victory for womankind. She has no idea she just locked herself in a cage of her own making. Day 1 of the agreement. I am a robot of compliance. I come home. Amber is cooking. She looks cute. I walk up behind her and instinctively reach out to hug her. Then I stop. I check my watch. Amber, I say loudly, requesting permission to initiate a hug. Duration, 5 seconds. She jumps and turns around. Eli, you don't have to be weird about it. Just hug me. Article 1, subsection B, I recite. Verbal confirmation required. She rolls her eyes. Permission granted. I hug her. I count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I let go immediately. I step back. Transaction complete, I say. Thank you for your cooperation. She frowns. That felt clinical. It felt consensual, I correct. I'm respecting your autonomy. Friday night, usually our date night. We are on the couch, watching a movie. Amber leans her head on my shoulder. She puts her hand on my chest and traces circles on my shirt. This is her signal. She wants to move to the bedroom. I freeze. I don't move a muscle. Eli, she whispers, are you awake? I am operational, I say. Do you want to go upstairs? She bites her lip and gives me the look. I pick up the binder from the coffee table. I flip to Article 2. Amber, I say, did you submit a Form 27B written request yesterday? What? No, I'm initiating now. The contract clearly states 24 hours advance notice, I say. If we proceed now, we are in violation of the waiting period. Eli, I'm your wife. I'm right here. And I am an ally, I say sternly. I cannot ethically proceed without the proper paperwork. It would be predatory. I am consenting right now, she yells. Verbal consent under duress of horny hormones is shaky legal ground, I say. I can't risk it. Let's schedule for tomorrow night. 8 p.m.? She stares at me, her mouth open. You're serious. Deadly, I say. I respect you too much to break the rules. I stand up. I'm going to play video games. Good night, empowered partner. I walk away. She sits there, stunned. For the first time in our marriage, she initiated, and I rejected her. And I used her own empowerment logic to do it. Week 2. The house is cold. We interact like lawyers negotiating a settlement. I have stopped doing anything extra. Amber drops her coffee mug. It shatters. Ugh, she cries. I'm so clumsy. I feel so stupid. Old Eli would have rushed over, hugged her, cleaned it up, told her she's beautiful. New Eli sits at the table. I pull out a notepad. I validate that you feel stupid, I say in a monotone voice. That must be frustrating for you. She looks at me. Are you serious? Help me clean this up. Article 4, Division of Labor, I say. Cleaning breakages caused by personal negligence falls under the jurisdiction of the spiller. Eli, she screams. I am your wife. Show some empathy. I just did, I say, pointing to my notepad. Validation number 1 for the day. 2 more to go. She starts crying. Why are you being like this? You used to be sweet. I used to be oppressive, I remind her. I used to assume I knew what you needed. Now I wait for the mandate. I hate this, she sobs. You hate equity? I ask, raising an eyebrow. I hate you, she yells and runs to the bedroom. I check my list. Validation number 2. Acknowledge her anger. I hear your anger, Amber, I call after her. It is valid. A few days later, I get a text while I'm at work. Amber, I submitted the form for tonight, 9 p.m. Attached is a PDF. She actually filled out the intimacy request form I made as a joke. She checked the box for cuddling plus more. I smirk. I reply, Eli. Application received. Under review. I make her wait 6 hours. At 5 p.m., I reply, Eli. Application denied. Reason, headache. Please resubmit for next available window, Tuesday. When I get home, she is furious. You denied me, she screeches. I did the paperwork. I followed the rules. My body, my choice, Amber, I say calmly. I wasn't feeling enthusiastic. And the contract says consent must be enthusiastic. You're doing this on purpose. I'm exercising my rights, I say. Are you saying I owe you intimacy? Because that sounds very patriarchal. She turns purple. She tries to argue, but she can't. Because every argument she has is a trap she set for herself. She stormed into her office and slammed the door. I heard her throwing books. I sat on the couch and opened a beer. Freedom tastes like malicious compliance. Month 2. Amber is breaking. She's lost weight. She looks tired. She misses the oppressor. She misses the husband who would grab her waist without asking. She misses the toxic spontaneity. Friday night, I'm reading in the living room. Amber walks in wearing my favorite dress, the one I bought her. She's not holding the binder. She walks right up to me and sits on my lap. Amber, I warn, you didn't submit a request. Screw the request, she whispers. She kisses me hard and puts her hands in my hair. I pull back. Amber, stop. This is a violation of Article 1. I don't care, she says. I want you, now. I can't, I say. I signed a contract. My signature is my bond. Tear it up, she begs. Please, Eli, just be my husband again. I can't tear it up, I say. That would be a unilateral decision. We need a notary to dissolve the agreement. You're insane, she cries. It's a piece of paper. It's your philosophy, I say. You told me our old dynamic was problematic. I'm just fixing it. I was wrong, she sobs. She buries her face in my neck. I was wrong, okay? I don't want equity. I want passion. I want you to want me without filling out a form. Are you sure? I ask. Because that sounds like you're internalizing the male gaze. Shut up! She screams. She grabs the binder from the table and throws it into the fireplace. We watch it burn. The plastic melts. The consent forms turn to ash. There, she says, panting. The contract is void. Now kiss me. I look at the fire. I look at her. I should kiss her. I should forgive her. But I look at the ashes of the last 2 months, the way she treated me like a predator until I acted like a prey. I can't, I say. She freezes. What? You burned the paper, Amber. But you can't burn what you said. What do you mean? You told me my love was oppressive. You told me my touch was a violation unless approved. You can't just undo that because you're horny. Eli, please. I think we need a separation, I say. What? No. I need space, I say. To deconstruct my trauma, I'll be staying at a hotel. I stand up. I grab my bag. I packed it that morning. You're leaving me? She whispers. I'm liberating you, I say. Enjoy your autonomy. I stayed at the hotel for a week. Amber texted me 50 times a day. I'm sorry. I love you. I deleted my Twitter. I finally agreed to meet her. She looked humble. No lectures, no buzzwords. I missed you, she said. I missed us. I don't want a contract. I want a marriage. We are back together now. But things are different. The binder is gone, but so is the activist. Amber dropped out of her PhD program. She said she was tired of analyzing life instead of living it. She got a job at a bakery. She comes home smelling like vanilla instead of rage. Last night, I was cooking dinner. She walked up behind me, grabbed my waist, and kissed my neck. Is this okay? She whispered. I turned around and kissed her. You never have to ask, I said. She smiled. Be me. Married to a former activist. We have no rules. We have no contracts. We just have chaos. And it's perfect.